Welcome everyone to our daily Forex market analysis in preparation for trading on August the 8th, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. If you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. We will start off as usual looking at our Forex factory calendar here. Not much in terms of news for Monday. So coming up on Tuesday, no red news coming up here. We just have housing starts in Canada. We have RBA Assistant Governor Kent speaking. So not a whole lot for Tuesday either. All right, so pretty good there. Let's take a look at our charts here. As usual, as we can see, Monday, very small move for the day. Important thing to remember here for Euro US dollar is that the price is staying above this 1.1763 level, so this previous support and resistance. So if the price stays above, so there are two scenarios that we may see. One is that price may come up to that level, 1.1820-ish level, and then drop from there. So that's one scenario. So this is a scenario where price wants to move lower. So we may see price come down lower like that. So that's the first scenario. It pushes up a bit into 1.1820-ish level and then drops from there, holds below that level, and then it could drop. Another scenario that we'll have to keep in mind is that price stays above this previous support, this previous resistance level, and that level will act as a support. In that case, price may go up higher. So those are the two scenarios. In that case, we're looking for essentially the move that we would be looking for would be something like this. Price comes and does a double bottom here and moves up higher towards the previous high. So in this case, because such a small move today, we don't have a clear picture of what's going on in the market. The pin is the same size as the candle body, very small move for the day. So at this point, I would be open to both the scenarios. I'm going to keep this as the push up and a follow through move to the downside as the first scenario to be kept in mind. In that case, we are going to look for a move into 1.1720 area or the 1.1700 area. So let's go with that one. However, if the price breaks to the upside, then we have to be open to looking at that scenario where price goes up higher. Okay, so in this case, right now, my bias is to the downside. I'm looking for price to push into 1.1820 level and then drop. And the target here will be 1.1720. So about 100 pip drop there is what I'm looking for. So this is where we are. This is the level price may go into. It could push up higher here as well, which is right into this level, the top of this here, which is also our previous resistance. So that can be, that's kind of in line with the same scenario that we've been talking about. Basically, the price pushes up and then drops back into this 1.1720 level. So two levels for a potential short would be 1.1820 or 1.1850 level, which is right about here, top of this. So right now it is to be seen how price will play out. So we just have to be open. So this is the level that I'm looking for. We do have an inefficient move. This could get filled and we could see price drop. Okay, so that's euro dollar. Pound dollar here, pound was bearish on Friday, not much of a move today, very neutral move. So this one we are still bearish on. In this case, we could see the price move up into 130-120 level. So same scenario or similar scenario here where we may see price go and do one of these and then drop, which will be kind of your head and shoulders right here. So that's what I am looking for. So price to push up higher first and then drop. So potential level for a short would be 130-120-ish level right about there. Looking at the 4 hour, this is where we are. here's where the price is. But today, not much of a move. Nothing kind of seemed to happen here. So we are neutral for the day itself, but overall we are bearish on this. This is where we are, and looking for price to push up into this level here to go and test this support and resistance area. If it doesn't do that, if it's still under pressure, then we are just looking for a continuation. In this case, our target is into 129.30-ish area, which is right here. So that is bearish for pound. Aussie here is pushing up higher. Currently it is in that range, so we will keep this as a range bound play. And in this case, the critical level is 78.80 level here, these two pins in the bottom. Once price comes into here, we will be able to see how price reacts at that level. So right now, this based on the daily close, this looks bearish. We have a bearish pin bar, and as such, we'll be looking for a move to the downside. So first target 78.80, second target 78.36. So let's say about here, which is 77.80-ish area to the downside. But first, this will be range bound. If the price doesn't break below 78.80 level, then we could see a push up higher. So here we've been in this range for some time. That's why this will be the first target, 78.80 to the downside. Second target, 77.80. So 78.80 and then 77.80. Okay, Aussie, New Zealand. So again, these market hasn't really done much. This one here has broken down through our level here, this right here. So this one looks bearish, New Zealand US dollar. It has broken through this pin bar here. So now we are looking for price, we may see price push up higher. So we are bearish on this one, looking for a continuation to the downside. Price may do one of these moves, and our first target will be in this 72.50 area. So looking for follow through to the downside, and here we are, 72. So let's say 72.50 area right over here. That will be the first, that will be our target to the downside. Prior to that though, price could run into trouble in this area, 73.30. So we will keep that in mind, and next target will be 72.50 to the downside here. So that's what we are looking for. Here's our 4-hour picture. As we can see, price is making lower highs. So right now we're looking for a push into 73.92-ish area. So let's say 7400 area, and then a further drop back down. Dollar CAD here, this looks like it is going up. It is into this support, which is acting as resistance now. So this looks neutral. The close for the day was very neutral. We do have a bullish candle, and the close is higher. So this is bullish to neutral. And the reason it's neutral is because of this pin, which is the same size as the body here, and that gives it a bit of a neutral bias. But overall, it's bullish to neutral. So if New Zealand dollar and Aussie dollar continue down, we are looking for dollar CAD to push up higher. Let's take a look at the 4-hour here. This is where we are. Now we are into this previous support and resistance level. So two scenarios here. If the price holds below this 127.20-ish level, then we could look for the price to go back into this range, towards the bottom here, and kind of continue back into the bottom of the range. However, the other scenario, if Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar continue lower, so we may see one of these moves, price breaks through that level and then goes up higher into 128.30. So overall in this one, it is bullish to neutral. So this is a scenario that we do need to watch out for. So this is where we are. This has steadily been making higher lows, and as a result, we are looking for price to continue higher. Now we are into important resistance level here, which was our support level before price broke to the downside here. So if we move back out, this is where we are, which is our resistance right here. So that's why we have to be careful with this one. If price does not break above 127.20, then it could just come back down. All right, let's look at yen crosses here. Yen, we are Euro yen here, we still have that upwards trend line, which is holding right now. So as long as this one stays, as long as the price stays above this trend line, we still have bullish bias on euro yen. And the close today, as we can see, price bounced off of this trend line, and now we're looking for price to move up higher. Again, we do need to see a break of 130.80 level here, and then we're looking for price to continue higher. So the first target will be 131.50, and then we could look for a further move to the upside. Euro yen here, we have a neutral to bearish close here. We do have a pin bar. However, the movement today was quite small, so we do have to take that with a grain of salt. So here, important level to break would be 144.00. If the price breaks down below this 144.00 level, then we are looking for a price to continue lower into 143.20. But the break of this level will be important because last time price came here, it did push back up higher. So this is something to be kept in mind in terms of our pullback. We could see something like this and then a drop. So keep that in mind. So 144.80-ish level would be important. Dollar yen here, we see that the price again is staying above the trend line here. As long as price stays above the trend line, this still has bullish bias just because of this trend line. So it is kind of, it may be bottoming out. So in this dollar yen, the movement or the price move that we are looking for will be this. So looking for price to bounce off of this trend line. So 110.00 is the level we'd be watching and looking for this trend line bounce off of that trend line. So right now, dollar yen, I'm looking for a price to pull back down here and then push back up. If it breaks this 110 level and holds below, then we are looking for price to move lower, in which case the next target would be 108.70, which is the bottom of this pin, or 108.80. So again, with today, because the price hasn't really moved very much, the moves are not clear, so we need to see price do something. Okay, so this one looks bullish to neutral here. Bullish because the candle is green here and it did close higher than or above the open here, but we have a pin bar in the top on the top here. As a result, it gives it a bit of a neutral bias. So right now, bullish to neutral, and we are looking for a move higher. So the first target would be 1.1520 for Euro Swiss franc. The second target, 1.1550 level. So we're basically looking for price to move up higher. In this case as well, we can see the price has held above this previous high, and now price is making its way upwards towards the top of the range here, and then it could continue higher. Pound yen, we do have a bearish close, but again, prices holding above these highs, these previous highs over here. That is important resistance that is turning into support here. So as long as price continues to hold above this 126.50 level, this looks like it wants to push up higher. So our next target here is a 1.2750 level, which will be the top of this pin right here. So that will be our target to the upside. So pound Swiss is bullish as well. Dollar Swiss franc here, this looks bullish as well. It's holding above this previous resistance level. So the target here is to the upside. 0.9770 level. That's what I am looking for price to do, move up higher. And last one, let's take a look at Euro Aussie. We did have a bullish close for the day. But again, we do have a trend line here, so we can watch out for the trend line. We may see the price push into the trend line, and if it fails to break that, then we are looking for this type of a move. So in this case, a potential level to watch for would be 49. Let me see. Okay, so 49.50-ish level, about 49, yeah, 49, 149.50 level. And if price pushes into 149.50 but holds below this level, then we're looking for a move to the downside. However, do keep in mind or take a look at both Euro and Aussie, see how they're performing. If Australian dollar, let's say, is weaker, then Euro Aussie may break this trend line and continue higher. So do keep that in mind. All right, so that's all I have. Any questions or anything to add? Okay, I think that means there are no questions. Okay, perfect. Excellent. So yeah, not much of a day in terms of trading today. There wasn't a big move for today, and tomorrow, since we don't have a lot of news, we may get a similar day. So we'll have to see. Okay, we'll call it a wrap for now. So I will see you guys in the trade room tomorrow.